Are you thinking about doing pay for deletion, but you're unsure of how it works, what accounts is going to remove, and what details you need to know? Well, in this video, I'm going to be going over what pay for deletion is, how it exactly works, and what steps you should be taking so that you can actually move forward with pay for deletion comfortably. So, as you may know, collection companies in Canada exist and they are a force to be reckoned with. And when I say a force to be reckoned with, they do not hesitate to contact you day after day after day, waiting to get their money or try to claim the money on behalf of another creditor that they were hired by. Now, this can be very intimidating because often what happens is that collection company is threatening legal action. They're threatening legal action against you. And so you may be unsure. You may not even have the funds for a lawyer if you need to hire one. And you don't even know what route you should take if you are sued. You probably never even been sued. So it can be a lot of stress on you on how to navigate the situation. So what I want to do in this video is provide you with the best advice so that if you're currently dealing with the collection company, you can navigate this yourself or you can find professional help so that you can have a plan in place. So let's go ahead and let's say, for example, we have a Bell collection account. You had Bell at some point, you were using their services for internet, phone, cable, whatever it may be. And then you went derogatory on that Bell account. What's going to happen in most situations is that Bell's going to close the account, they're going to write it off as a tax write off. Typically, the original creditor will wait at least 6 months or they'll have at least six late payments on that account for them to go ahead and say, we're going to close this, we're going to give up on this account, and we're going to write it off as a tax write off. They then are going to sell said account over to a collection company. And usually these collection companies are third-party companies. So for example purposes, we're just going to say ABC Collection Company. So Bell has now taken this account and sold it over to ABC Collection Company. And you may be in this situation right now. You're probably getting called by ABC Collection Company. And you're like, what do I do? The first thing that you do is that you request proof of debt. From here, we have two branches or two ways that we can go. Once you request proof of debt, A, you're probably going to get provided with proof of debt, which it depends on the company you're dealing with. Some may be able to provide it to you, some may not be able to. If you're sending letters to this collection company and let's say 3 4 months go by and they're not providing you with proof of debt, the chances that they actually have it are low. Not impossible, but low, which means we now need to move towards getting this account off of your credit report so that you can help your credit and have these collection companies stop contacting you. You're then going to want to go over to Equifax and TransUnion, dispute with them. If you're not getting a response from this collection company, you need to escalate the matters by disputing directly with Equifax and TransUnion. Okay? Now, on the other end or the other path, let's just say the collection company is able to provide you with proper proof of debt. Proper proof of debt is the original signed contract you signed or your user agreement, okay, showing the amount of debt that you agreed to, and it should have the date that you signed off on it and your name and your signature. Okay. Now, from this point, you want to negotiate what we call pay for deletion. You should not negotiate pay for deletion if you do not have the funds ready to pay the debt back. I see this mistake happen so often. So many people negotiate pay for deletion, but they don't have the funds ready. And then the collection company pulls the offer off of the table, which, by the way, they reserve the right to do so, especially if they properly own the debt. They can do what they want to with the debt. So when you get paid for deletion, understand that that's an opportunity. So when you get that opportunity, you need to be ready for the opportunity by having the capital ready to pay that debt off. So once you're able to secure pay for deletion, okay, then you can move forward and you get it in writing. You want to get this in writing from the collection company saying that they're going to remove that account off of your credit report. And then it should have their letterhead on it, an official document showing that they're actually going to agree to these terms. And then you're comfortable with moving forward. So as you can see, there's a lot of steps that we need to take before we actually get to pay for deletion. You do pay for deletion, okay? Whether you do pay for deletion or you're able to dispute it off of your credit report, you're going to get these companies to stop contacting you. You have ding 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 solved your problem, okay? But let's take it a step further. You successfully do pay for deletion. The collection account is removed off of your credit report. And by collection account, I mean ABC Collections. The bill account that you had is still on your credit report. Okay? It should have a $0 balance. Now let's talk about why. It's because when the debt was sold from Bell to ABC Collection Company, that amount of debt that you had was transferred over to ABC Collection Company. So that account is supposed to have a $0 balance. Now, the credit bureaus do make mistakes. There's 40 million Canadians and only 2 credit bureaus. Mistakes are going to happen. So if you notice that that original account still has a balance, you need to dispute it because it's an inaccurate account and get it removed off of your credit report. But either way, whether it has the balance or it doesn't, guess what? There's still a bunch of late payments tied to that account, which is why it went to collections in the first place. So your goal is not only to get the collection account from ABC removed off of your credit report, but also to get that bill account removed off as well. Okay. And it's a lot easier to do so once the original creditor sells that thing off. Okay, so what you need to do, you were successful. Maybe you disputed with Equifax and TransUnion, or you did paper deletion and you got ABC off. Now you still need to take care of Bill. Bill still needs to go because that can impede on you getting approved for credit later on down the line. So understand that when you do pay for deletion, it's not for both accounts because you have 2 derogatory accounts now, the original account and the collection account. Pay for deletion is just for the collection account. And with you successfully doing pay for deletion, this account is now gone, but this account is still here and you have to dispute and remove, or if not, if you do not dispute or get it removed, you're going to be waiting for the next 6 to 7 years, depending on the credit bureau, from the last date of payment. Okay. Hopefully, you found this video helpful. If you felt like this was information overload, maybe it's a lot of steps. Maybe you have a busy job. You don't have time to continuously follow up with the collection company. You don't have time to continuously follow up with the credit bureaus. You don't have time to keep documentation of your disputes. You don't have time to keep track of the progress that you've made. Then you may want to work with a professional. My company, we are a group of credit specialists. You can send us an email at info@kennyjohnsonuniversity.com. We will be more than happy to help you with your situation, especially if you're dealing with collection companies. And until next time, peace.